Hello, everyone. Thank you once again for joining Empowerment Network. My name is Comfort. I'm calling from the United Kingdom. And in case you are new here or you forgot to hit the subscribe button, go ahead and do that. It's going to be a powerful, wonderful evening, as you can see from the guests in the house. Get a pen and paper, get a cup of water. If you haven't yet, sit down and get something exciting. So, Mike, welcome.
Hi, Comfort. It's always a pleasure to be here with you and Collins. Been looking forward to it all week.
Yeah, sure. It's a bit more exciting because Marty asked to eat, guys. What do we do? Hi, Marty.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, everybody, don't forget subscribe, ring the bell, and all that, because this is where you should be with Comfort and people like Collins, because they always try to tell the truth. So yeah, I'm happy to be here.
Same. Thank you, Collins. Welcome, bro.
Yeah, glad to be here again with Marty, and Mike Ellis. These are we talk about the power in the house. When I'm among them, I'm really blessed because, there is a saying in chemistry. They say when you stand, on top of the shoulder of the giant, you can see far. So I'm standing on top of them so I can see far. That's the theory.
Don't make like that and get the wind blowing, guys. We don't want to see anything. No, not now, Marty. Listen, guys, let's go to business. So, as you can see, the topic here says OnPassive. We are looking at the OnPassive business model, and the big guy in the house today is SaaS, software as a service. So, Marty, we give you the mic. Just tell us what you want to tell us this evening. Thank you.
Okay. When with OnPassive, everything's new. I've heard sayings and certain things that I've never heard before, and SaaS obviously was one of them. Single sign-on. What does that mean? What's the big deal? And as you go, you realize it's a very big deal, and it's going to change things for everyone that's here and millions and millions that come in. So through my way of explaining them, let me tell you what it is. SaaS stands for software as a service. That is what it is. Other software. Let me see what it is. Other softwares that companies have used and all that depend on you installing something on your computer to make it work. Okay, so you have to put it on your computer, and then as things get changing, you have to reinstall stuff like that. Well, with SaaS companies, it runs online is typically access to a web browser like Chrome, Safari, Firefox, whatever. So you go onto a browser, and your whole business is in a cloud. It's off of your website, and I'm going to give you why this is so cool. SaaS is paid. Usually SaaS is a paid subscription of some type, maybe monthly, maybe quarterly, yearly, whatever. Okay. And like OnPassive, start putting this together. Okay. People come into OnPassive and they can see something, they like it. It's beautiful. And one of the cool things about it, when you're working through a SaaS network like OnPassive, you come in one day and you have all these great things. They can update and upgrade without you doing anything. Like you could come back in an hour later and things are different. Things are bigger and better. And that's how it goes. It's on the run technology that can grow and get bigger and expand. And it doesn't have anything to do with how much room you have on your computer. Can you handle it? Do you have to? No, when you get on this cloud, or you got the key, which is the platform of OnPassive, and you walk into that door, every time they want to upgrade, you don't have to do anything on your part other than it's always like the house landing in Wizard of Oz. They open the door and everything's in color. And you have there, oh, wow, there's something new. Oh, there's something new. But it doesn't take any effort on your part or the ability of your computer to be able to, oh, I got to download something else, or I got to do this. Now, that's how companies ran for years and years and years. But SaaS is a big deal. And if you go look at OnPassive website, right in the very beginning, they blast it. We are a SaaS company, and we run off a software that is through a cloud. Okay, so you're always, being able to be on this cloud. It allows the latest versions and any update as things go on. Okay, so old desktop stuff like Microsoft Word, Adobe, Acrobat, these things, you come in, you upload it, you gotta, then they'll send you an update and you gotta wait for it to update. You're waiting, you got this little ticker going on. And sometimes they'll say, okay, restart your computer. All that's done with SaaS. Yeah. You come in and it's Instacolor, whatever technology they have, and they can do it on the fly. You're not waiting. Like I had somebody say, hey, there's going to be a lot of updates. And Ash will say, we're going to have an update. And in old days, they would shut down. You had to wait. Sometimes it would say down for maintenance or whatever. And OnPassive with SaaS, you can come in and all of a sudden you look over, and one of the special features is already there. I don't know how many times I found something new in OConnect. They said it was coming, but it's not like you get a knock on the door. It's there. One day you come in and, oh, wow, we already have this. I was there one day with the chat, and I touched the chat, and all of a sudden I could move it. And I went, oh, crap, I didn't know that. You couldn't move it yesterday. But these are upgrades and things that are happening live. Very big for people, very big for companies, okay? Improved features, like I said, on the go. And all you have to do is log in. The new features, without the need of installing or downloading something, they're there instantly, like boom, 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 boom. And if you look at OnPassive with SaaS, and then you have a one-hit wonder or a single sign-on, if you market, now, especially for me and Mike, okay, people that market, no joke, we probably had, let me just check real quick, 1, 2, 3, 4, 10 different places that we had to log into and bridge things, modify things so that it fit with in OnPassive, everything's a puzzle. You go in, you click a button, we talk about OConnect. OConnect is the head of the octopus for me. In fact, I even heard Colin say it today, because everything goes through that, and we use that as the head of this whole organization. Why? Because communication and video is all this, right? I mean, it's everything you do. I don't care if it's schooling, teaching, training, you need visual and you need that. Now, with SaaS, all those technologies, for one thing, if you're doing a business, you look very professional, and you look like you know what you're doing when you come in with this technology behind you. Wow, Marty's really sharp. No, Marty's not that sharp, but I'm stuck to a company that is. You see what I mean? So you use it, and it's user friendly. Highest technology on the planet is the most simple to use if you're good at it. And nobody's better than OnPassive. They're very good at taking this massive amount of technology and AI and all this. I mean, I want you to picture for a minute with SaaS. Okay, you go in, you create a little page, a drag and drop. You don't even have to be a coder. You don't have to code. Drag this, drag that, drag a couple content, boom. And then eventually you can use an AI avatar as an explainer, okay? And put that in. Now, you can't be everywhere, but an avatar doesn't get tired. It doesn't sweat. It always is happy. It looks good. It's dressed good. It's you, and you can make it a little thinner, nicer hair, drop you back about 20 years old, and do this every site that you have going. And with SaaS, you can actually take, with OnPassive, especially with OnPassive, you could run 10 different companies within OnPassive on autopilot. No joke. And you can modify it, a tweak here and a tweak here while you're laying on the beach somewhere. And I know all this sounds crazy. I used to hate hearing about it, because what I heard about it was an MLM, and it was a lie. But the more I look at OnPassive, and then I saw SaaS, and why do they keep pushing that? It was brought up by Mike Ellis, the troublemaker here, okay? He said it the other day, and I remember looking, I said, before he brought it up, I thought that's probably not the right time to go out there. There's so many things in OnPassive, you don't want to throw too much out there. But I had just looked up or was looking at SaaS before he said it. And I went, oh, this is perfect. I definitely want to talk about it because I've been thinking about it before. So, but the simplicity of having the best at your fingertips and knowing that it's only going to get better without any effort from you, right? Any effort from you. And it's also set up to where a company comes and says, look, I don't want to make a monthly payment. They have budgets, so they go, I'm going to give you a yearly plan. And with this company, through SaaS, right? With this company, they can get 12 months and get a better deal, right? Think about that. They could go 3 months, 2 months, whatever. We got to think big. We got to think it. And Ash built this so that the single person can have a blast, can become an entrepreneur, and turn into the so-called big person. And the big companies can come in that are struggling and plug in SaaS, OES to their company and give it CPR and put their company beyond anything they ever imagined. Because without OnPassive, which I believe is going to be life support for the world and many companies, this is a big, big deal. Everything, just keep this in mind, instant, without installing anything. It's very crucial. You're going to see in the next few years for business growth. Reoccurring revenue is crucial for an entrepreneur. Reoccurring revenue, and OnPassive is reoccurring revenue. If you have that built in, you're building it in for everyone. You know, we talked about the beauty of OnPassive, and I'm going to get a little off, but it all comes together. With OnPassive, it's going to be the first company ever. And let me tell you how powerful this is going to be. I'm in a company that 98% of the people win. 98% of the people make money. It's over. Shut the freaking door. You could be feathers on a chicken. Just kidding. Comfort. But you win. Everybody wins. You know, in MLM, the chance of you being the 2%, it's like getting attacked by a shark in Arizona. It's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. And OnPassive, you get to be one of the 98% because you will win. And if you really tap into it and you decide to run, you'll win big. And with the SaaS and with OES, where everything's built in, and listen, if you're going to be a superstar or you want to be a hero, while you're putting your cape and your superhero suit on, you can't take a long time. That's OnPassive. You got to get in. You got to be ready to run. When they turn on that switch as a customer and they see what you have to offer, it's over. And they're going to say, wow, this guy really knows what it makes you look good. Anyway, that's all I have right now.
If you call that's all, then, oh my God, I don't know what to say. Thank you is the only thing for now. Thank you, Marty. So, Collins, I'm not asking a question. I just want you to deliver what you've got in your chest right now.
No, Marty, I've just blown everything out. And, you know, when Marty was speaking, you know, a lot of things was just coming in my head and even added to what I'm thinking. You know, with SaaS is a big deal, especially when we're talking about the modern era of technology. You know, you were talking about the internet space. Most companies want to go, you know, into that space, and they want to operate as SaaS, software as a service. So when we look at OnPassive, we're talking about how many years have IBM exist? 70, 75 years to 100 years. Even those who came in, maybe they are dead and gone. They are operating same. And we're talking about all those companies that operate as SaaS. Google is operating as SaaS service. You know, Microsoft, SaaS service. Microsoft 3, you know, we're talking about 365 is SaaS service. You know, OnPassive is coming. We're talking about dozens of products, even hundreds of thousands of products, because a company that will come and live, you know, as IBM, the oldest technology company on this planet Earth, IBM, 75 years to 100 years. And OnPassive will come and live more than that, because as my father built this company to stay, as long as it could, and build technology upon technology. That's why they are getting all of this innovation lab and all of these things. But let's look at SaaS, software as a service. It is massive. We talked about dozens of products, and all of them will come as software as a service. What is software as a service? Software as a service is what? Is a subscription-based, online, based product. A subscription. It's a SaaS subscription method of purchasing online software service where payment is made periodically. It can be 1 month, 3 months, 1 year, or whatever. That's how the company have decided. Most companies, they are going based on that model. You buy it online, and you can buy it where? On your mobile app, on your desktop app, web applications, and all of that, like what Marty said. 100% true, But when you look at it, they are providing this. What happened? It means they are there for business. Most companies are going out there. They sign this because they want to be in business. Now let's look at it. They said it's a cloud-based. Google is a cloud-based. Amazon is a cloud-based. And cloud-based means they have a data center, multi-region data center. That's why Mr. Ashburn think about, let's have a cloud-based multi-region data center where data can come in. We can put all the product with a single sign-on, so customer can go out and participate on what we are providing. And then you can purchase all of that online. And OnPassive is doing what? Going through that direction and making sure they provide the highest value of quality products within the cloud-based architecture, where you can go in and then do what? Buy it online with your mobile phone, with your desktop, web browser, or whatever you have, because they have given you that platform for you to participate and buy it. It can be whatever. When we are coming with, OnPassive will not only build software. What if they come out with software? Cloud-based marketplace. It is there. You purchase. When you go to Amazon, Amazon has what? The Amazon marketplace. You are purchasing on a cloud-based software, and they will deliver the goods and services to your home. That's the cloud-based software as a service. Pay as you go. The price is this. Are you happy with it? You don't argue anybody. You are happy. Go through the cash. There is a payment processor there to collect the money, and then they tell you this is what they will receive. They receive, and bam, 3 days after, they tell you this product will appear on your doorstep within 3 days, and there it is there on your postal address. Did you do anything? No. It is there. That is cloud-based. You are operating in the cloud, but it is there for you. And this is the architecture behind OnPassive business model, that we need to operate like this, take it to the marketplace, to the mass, where somebody can sit in India and purchase, somebody can be in Africa and purchase, somebody can be in America, North America, everywhere, and purchase without moving a foot out of your doorstep, sitting on your laptop, on your mobile phone, and still get access to all the latest technology you want, and build a business that will even do a lot for you. And this is what we'll talk about: SaaS, software as a service. So I will leave it there, Marty. You've just nailed it, and now I will come back.
You guys are just driving me crazy right now. I'm just excited about what Mike is going to say. Over to you, Mike.
Thanks, Comfort. Collins and Marty, you really laid it out perfectly. We know what SaaS is, SaaS. We know how it works. We know the convenience of it. We know OnPassive. That's what we are. We are a SaaS company. But when I think about this, and Marty brought it up a little bit, if you have SaaS, then you have marketing, and the marketing really becomes automated. And when that happens, you have a business that will continually bring in revenue. But I want to start with OnPassive. And if you don't understand this, you will in just a second. OnPassive, it is so revolutionary what they're doing. Mr. Mufara, when he came on and developed OnPassive, he did it for us. And this is so rare. This doesn't happen anyplace else online or in business. OnPassive does not compete against us, period. What does that mean? It means that any sale that comes into OnPassive goes to an affiliate, okay? Whether it's you, me, Marty, Comfort, Collins, whoever it is, it goes to an affiliate. When that sale gets to your organization, you make a commission. Now remember this. This is going to be very, very powerful in just a second. So you can also come in as an independent reseller of the IT product. You're affiliate, but you can sell the products of OnPassive. You can come in, sell the product, it lands in your organization. You make a commission. That's unheard of. So OnPassive, they don't compete against us. They will give us everything that they bring in. That brings us to SaaS, SaaS. Okay, and Marty and Collins has described what it is. It is so big you can't even believe it. It is magnificent. And the first thing I want to do is I want to segregate two things. Number one, we have SaaS, SaaS, and we have data storage. Okay, you know, when I first heard this, I didn't know what this stuff was. I didn't know what Collins was talking about. I didn't know what Marty was talking about. But as I started to look at it, these are two different things. Data storage is one thing. SaaS is another thing. Okay. Now let's look at the market. And here's the caveat. OnPassive just came out with an affiliate agreement. I cannot speculate. I don't need to. I'm going to give you some numbers. You work them in your own head. I won't speculate those for you, but I am going to give you some numbers. Okay. If we look at SaaS, what is the revenue, projected revenue for 2024 for this particular niche? $228 billion. Okay. That's over $250 billion. Then we look at data storage and you're thinking, well, they're the same thing. No, they're not the same thing. For data storage, annual revenue for data storage, $217 billion. Now we start to think about OnPassive and you're going, oh, those are, OnPassive isn't going to compete against me. Whatever they bring in, they're going to give to us as affiliates. And we just talked about two markets that is almost $500 billion. Now, when you start to run these numbers in your mind and what OnPassive is going to be doing with it, understanding that OnPassive does everything superior at a higher market level. Everything that OnPassive does is better than anything's out there. And it's at a lower price point. Now, when you think about that, this is where companies are going. SaaS is such a big deal. It is such a big deal. I don't think there'll be, in a couple of years, I don't think there will be a company online that offers you an app to download on your computer. I don't think they'll be here because they can come to OnPassive. They can upload their app to their data center and manage everything there. It becomes so simple for you to come in and participate with that company, whatever the product is, whatever the app is. So in a couple of years, I think everybody will be on SAT. What's OnPassive? They are a SAT company, period. And they've been that. I didn't know this. I didn't know this 3 weeks ago. They have been a SAT company for about two or 3 years. I didn't know that because I didn't know the terminology. I didn't know what it was until I listened to Collins and Marty. They are already there. And then you start to think about data storage. Now we're starting to think about $500 billion in revenue that's coming in. How much of that revenue is OnPassive going to take? How much? And whatever they take is coming to us. Now, what's going to happen to your future? What's going to happen to your financial bottom line? How are you going to benefit from everything that OnPassive is doing? It's right in front of you. Those are two products. And here's where it gets really, I love the marketing. I love to look at the products. When OnPassive comes out with a product, I love to look at it, how it's marketed, the niche, how big it is. And I look at these two products, $500 billion. And here's what's really, this should just blow you away. Here's what's really, really cool. We have products that'll be coming out that are bigger than both of these combined. Really? And OnPassive isn't going to compete against us? Everything that OnPassive does, they're going to put in our organization. What this does for you is it gives you clarity. It gives you the ability to understand where you're going to be over time. And if it takes a year or 2 or 3 to get that a place where you don't worry about finances, where do you want to be and how are you going to do that? You're going to do it with OnPassive. because of the reasons Marty talked about. Marty talked about the marketing of SaaS and how you can do that, how you can automate all of those things. So powerful. There are going to be things you're going to be able to do, even if you just come in, engage, and just stay engaged with OnPassive, you're going to be fine. But there are going to be things you're going to be able to do to decrease the time frame it takes you to get to where you want to be financially. So these are really, really big things that we're talking about. They're absolutely massive. They're not the biggest thing OnPassive has, but just these two alone. Then you add OConnect, then you add OTracker. Just the products that we know about are so massive. The markets are so big, and because of OnPassive, what they do and how the quality of the product that they have is just out of this world. It is going to change lives. And if you're in OnPassive, if you are an affiliate, and this is Mike Ellis talking, it is going to change your life. And I can say that with tremendous confidence because I listen to Collins and Marty and Comfort. They're the best of the best. And when you listen to them, everything just starts to explode. So that's it for now, Comfort. It's a big deal.
Thank you. Thanks so much, Jeffrey. Jeffrey, of course. Mike, you make it sound like we are so good. Thank you so much. So, Marty, I've been listening. There's a few words that three of you have mentioned each at least once or twice. You say it's effortless, it's convenient, it's user-friendly, it's built for all, it's built for everyone. And I just was wondering, Marty, given that OnPassive is that kind of a family that is made up of all people from all walks of life, all parts of the world, would you still boldly say, yes, it's convenient and user-friendly for each and everybody, like my aunt, who's just an average lady back home?
Oh, absolutely. I think what people do is overcomplicate it. I know people come in and they're thinking ahead, and what about this and what about that? If you would slow down and just realize, if you tap in, you're a hero. You don't have to be a specialist. You don't have to do the nonsense. You don't have to worry about, listen, when you have the technology that we have, and all you need to do is tap in, and it does everything for you. It makes you a hero. It will do everything. You tell the company, I want you to drive traffic here. You use the profits that you have made from the company to get extra traffic. And you say, go here, go here, go here. I want you to go a little bit here, a little bit here. And you put all this on automated. I'm going to give you an example. When a computer first came out, they were the size of a warehouse. That same computer and that same information is in my phone. And OnPassive did the same thing. They took all of the things in business that were cumbersome. A port lane over here, you got a part in the other room, you got one down the street, you got to go into OnPassive. They call it an ecosystem. It's actually going to be an eco universe. And when we stop looking at what OnPassive is for me individually, the beauty of this is you get to be the head of the octopus. You actually become, listen, no matter what OConnect is, you're its boss. You are the one that controls it. Everything underneath that. And you say, I don't know anything about this. Who cares? I've had people say, well, I'm not going to use that. Who cares? I'm not either. Some of the products, I don't know what it is. I may never use it. But the point is, in my arsenal of business and being an entrepreneur, it is endless. You can't come around me and make a surprise. There is no way to come in and say, well, I want this and you don't have it. I don't think that'll ever happen. And if somebody could tell me 20 years ago when I came online, hey, before you before you take this 19-year journey to find OnPassive, how about if you get there now? If I could have been in OnPassive at 40 years old when I started looking for OnPassive, I didn't know I was looking for OnPassive, but obviously I'm here and I know now this is what we wanted from the beginning. Just imagine. And there's a lot of people right now that haven't been online that long. Chris Johnson never marketed. Never. He woke up one day, and he's in OnPassive. I mean, come on, he's the luckiest guy in the world, but he knows it. No matter what he tells, I mean, he knows it, he gets it. Man, we're part of something really big. Like I told somebody, thanks for motivating. I don't motivate. I believe you inspire people to think enough so they motivate themselves. Because if you need to be motivated, it won't last. It doesn't last. I'm self-motivated about OnPassive because why? Enough got absorbed through my skin through osmosis. I can't shake it off, and I don't want to. It became part of me. People say, I don't know how you can think of what to say. Can you talk about your grandchildren? Can you talk about something you absolutely love every day? Yeah. That's what happens if you get to know, if you get to the level, and then you hear all these terms and stuff like that. The day will come where people will come in, and the beauty of it, because it's all automated, if something new comes, it automatically falls in your organization instantly, just like everything else. You could wake up one day and your revenue has gone up 25% because something came up. You're already plugged in. It's already together. And with SaaS, I don't need to watch it create. One day the company says, oh, by the way, here's a new product. And I go, yeah, but I don't know if I'm going to use it. No, but the 500 people in business with you might. The 500 people that come to your mall that was built by the company, your mall, your SaaS mall, they want it. And the company says, you know what? I don't need all the profit. I'm going to share it with this big guy in New Jersey or somebody in Colorado or somebody in the UK. That's powerful. That's powerful. And to know it's only going to get better. And anybody watching this, well, it's lucky for you. No, bullcrap. You could get in right now, and there will be people getting in 4 years from now that will be multi-millionaires because they're going to see it. These stuck-up MLM guys out there now, they're too proud to see it. They're coming, and they're going to see it, and they're going to go, oh, my God, a toolbox right that I can hold. Everything I know, I open up this SaaS company, and I've got adjustable wrench, I've got sockets, I've got hammers, I've got electrical equipment, all in one box. That's OnPassive. And like I said, companies will come in and say, oh my God, the struggle of keeping this company going is over. I said this a long time ago. We will be life support for many, many companies. My opinion. I didn't know that a couple of years ago. I looked at it as an individual. I was thinking small. But even in this old dog beats on your head enough, you start to see as these fences get knocked down and oceans get drained that, holy cow, the potential is beyond belief. It's beyond belief. And let me tell you something. You show that to people and you fall in love with this company, you're not going to have to worry about what to say. You're going to have to worry about where you want to travel next, who you want to talk to, who you want to share this with. So let me tell you something. It's really easy to share something that is successful. You're going to see one day. You're going to be taller. You're going to have a little skip to your walk. People are going to ask, did you lose weight? Did you dye your hair? No, I'm OnPassive. This is what happened to me. And it will happen to everybody here. I'm not kidding. And anybody watching, it's not too late. If you hold back, you made the biggest mistake in your life because they don't collect your wallet. You come in, how confident they are is take a free trip. You don't like it, leave, don't come back. Hold on a minute. Jaden, I'm live.
Sorry.
This is what happens when you do it in the living room. Anyway, yeah, that's all I have right now.
Thank you, Marty. The same is happening here, so it's fine. It's a family thing. We're happy with that. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. So, Collins, you know, something just came to mind just while we're discussing this, and I thought that you should let's make a clarification. I hope it benefits others. A couple of days ago, you were telling us how migrating the new OConnect, for example, to the commercial version to the market would take a lot of stuff like testing the acceptability or acceptance on the various environments and stuff, you know. And earlier on to Marty was like, this is my phone, everything is here. It came to mind. I was wondering, Is SaaS in that same situation where they need to test the acceptance on those various environments? Is it already done? Is it on pipeline like OConnect that they're yet to get there? Or where are we with SaaS right now on OnPassive?
Yeah, that's a good question. You know, SaaS is a software as a service. Every software needs proper testing. You know, you cannot just go to the market, though it's a cloud-based, but how do you hook it up to cloud? You must make sure your products that you want to serve to the public must be up to the standard. Means you've tested them properly. It's just like, let's put it like a normal plane. You know, like you say Boeing 747. You say, all right, this will take 100, people on board. You didn't test them properly. What happened? The flight went and the lost signal dropped in the sea. Everybody died. Everything, you must test them. That's where testing comes, because there was no proper testing. When it comes to software development, in those days, there was nothing like QA. The developer, they test their code, and what happened? They say, we are good, we are happy days, put it out there, let the customer try it themselves. And things were going wrong. They say, no, we need to create that department of QA, quality assurance, where they can sit back and understand. And to become a quality assurance, it's not like normal for you to just say, oh yes, because the customer write this is good. No, you must know how to read code. You must know how to read database. It comes with a lot of experience and understanding of what everybody is doing. For instance, if Marty is the one building all the mechanics, I need to know what Marty is doing. So if Marty is lying, I know Marty is lying. Then when you move it to Mike Ellis, I know exactly what Mike Ellis is doing. If Mike Ellis is lying, I said, no, Mike Ellis is lying. So we move step by step. So a QA understand everything within the software development house. Like in Hyderabad, if they hire a QA and you don't know what A is doing, B is doing, you don't know the technicality and how to translate it, a way that a normal user will understand, then you are not a QA. So when it comes to software as a service, before it goes out there, they have to do something called alpha testing. Alpha means in-house, going through the way software has a software development life cycle. Testing also have test life cycle from specification right to delivery and maintenance. Software testing also have that life cycle. And when you move it to beta testers, they also have a life cycle of check. They have the knowledge of checking and said, we are beta testers. The alpha testers, they have checked it, but we are saying that what you did in-house is wrong. If we put it out there, everything will fail. So you have those things, and most of them, they are always independent. Because if you have it and they are not independent, you embed them. So you said, all right, Collins, be with Marty Digamo. What will happen? Marty will influence my mindset. Because Marty is my manager, I'm afraid of firing. If I don't do what Marty said, Marty will fire me. And even the up boss will never know. So QA, they are always independent. So I can challenge Marty. I don't care if Marty is my director. I said, what you have built or your team have built is wrong. And that's how QA comes. And now you see the software getting better. So with SaaS, it's the same. They are software. But what happened when they call it SaaS is because you have to hook them up to what? To the data center and the cloud multi-region. Like when I talk about multi-regions, talk about our data center have multi-regions and all of those. You are putting that software, like we talk about our OConnect, that is going ready now to go to the market. You are hooking the software now to what? To the cloud. The cloud means what? It means the customers, wherever you are, you can see it and purchase it. It means that software is hooked with what? With a payment processor, because a software without payment processor means nothing. I say, yes, it's good, but how can I buy it? It's a subscription. SaaS is a subscription-based business. How do I get hold of it? Marty have built something, hook it on cloud, and there is no way for me to buy it. There is no way for me to purchase it. It means nothing to me. I want to own it to improve my business. So that is where SaaS it starts to come in to give that visibility of the product in the whole universe, entire globe, where if you are in Papua New Guinea, you can purchase it. You are in Africa, you can purchase it. In America, North America, wherever you are, you can go and say, I love this thing, I want to own it. Hands-free, automated, like Mike said, automated, driven by AI. You can just go click on it. The system said, okay, this is the price point. Are you happy? Yes. Put your details. Bam, you put it and you click yes, the product that belongs to you. And it's subscription. You said, all right, how many months do you want it? Do you want it a month, quarterly, or yearly? Most business company, they go for yearly because they have a lot of product they are buying. So some will not go monthly. Normal people like you and I go monthly. But business go yearly, So they purchase it yearly, and they know every year the company will send a reminder to say your yearly subscription is coming to an end. Are you willing to continue with it again? You say yes, pay it again. You pay in and your subscription continue because you are using it to improve your business. And that's how SaaS works. And all the data goes where? It goes where? To the data center, because the cloud is hooked to the data center, and they can manage your data, protect it for you and everything. And so your system will working seamlessly for you to manage your business in a nice and easy way, as Marty said. It's just click and you do it and you own it. That's it. But you have to pay for it. That's SaaS.
Can I add something, Comfort?
Go for it, Marty.
I knew this was going to be a mistake. But anyway, to add to that, SaaS and all that, OnPassive, most companies, they come out with something. I don't want to mention their names, but they come up with a concept, usually branched off from, they were either in another company and they came over and said, well, I can do it better. And mindset, even for some of these people that didn't, they're not visionaries. They come in and they build it. And they build a foundation with the minimum thought of where they might go. OnPassive, if anybody looked, and I was even wondering, why is Mr. Mufara building such a big foundation? I'm going to give you an example. Have you ever gone to somebody and they keep adding additions to their home? Well, you can look at it and see each addition. It doesn't really go. It's a home, it's different rooms, but different size, height, different pitches on the roof. It works, but it's not. With OnPassive, the platform was built that as things are added, SaaS, as things are added to it, it looks like it always belonged. So this small little cabin in the corner becomes this massive mansion. It always looks like it belonged. It looks like it was meant to be. That's very powerful. And when somebody comes in the beginning of that year and says, I'm going to buy this for a year, and sees it improving through the year and has not paid one dime more, are they going to buy it? Are they going to purchase it again next year? You damn right they are. In fact, they will make packages that make sense to a company. What do you do? What would you like to have in your grocery bag, Mr. A company? Well, I'm going to need this. I'm going to need this. I'm going to need this. Would you like it all to be a year? Okay, let me make a package for you. Boom, 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 boom. Here's your price. And as they're going this year to see that the thing that they bought in this store is getting better with time, it doesn't age. So that platform you bought, the video platform, no, it's not the same one you purchased. It's not the one you paid a year for. It's 10 times better. Now it translates into 5 different languages. You didn't pay one dime more. Do I need to ask you in 12 months, do you think you want to stay? No, because as the foundation was built and you look out and say, I don't own a 4-bedroom house. I've got a mansion. And because OnPassive made this plug-in puzzle fitting company, everything belongs before it ever gets here. I hope that makes sense, but that's what was hitting me when you asked that question. So I think I'm done again. Yeah.
Thank you, Marty. So, Mike, I know that you've got a few things to say, but I would like you to comment on this too, if you can, please. You all have emphasized the fact that SaaS is a big deal. And earlier on, I had in mind to ask about the MLM. I think you or Marty mentioned it. Is there something that SaaS or OnPassive has that can make a difference in the LMN industry? Given that Ash is not here to take away everything from everybody, but to promote or support everyone.
Okay, I'm not sure I understood that question, Comfort.
So what I'm asking, like the SaaS solutions that we have,
right?
Is there any way that they can be of use to the multi-level marketing industries?
Yeah, and let's just keep it very, very generic and broad. SaaS is going to help everybody, Comfort. It really is. It doesn't matter what industry you're in, because of what Mr. Mufar has done, and Marty's gone over this, and Colin's gone over it. All the tools that you need are in OnPassive. It doesn't matter what business you're in. Every business in the world today is online. I don't care if you're a steel maker. I don't care if you build homes. I don't care what you do. You are online because that's where the audience is. That's where the market is. That's where people see what you do. And because of that, they're going to come into OnPassive because we have all the tools they need to put their product in front of the individuals they want to get in front of. That's SaaS. And because of that, the whole world is, and we've known this for a very, very long time. Not only, I mean, you can take any product that OnPassive has, and the whole world's going to come in and use the products of OnPassive. I listen to Collins and Marty, and I want to, and again, this is part of SaaS. It's part of the data center. It's part of everything that OnPassive does. But when I listen to Collins and I listen to Marty, and they both touched on this, we're looking at a company that is going to have tremendous longevity. Why is that important? Well, it's important because we want to come in and we want to develop an income that will sustain us for a lifetime. Well, you can't do that with a mom and pop shop that's going to be in business for 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. You can't do it because you want to leave that legacy to your family. OnPassive is going to be around. Collins talked about it earlier. IBM, 100 years. Well, OnPassive, their initial launch is bigger than IBM ever thought they were going to be. They really are when you think about it. Now, they're never going to admit that, but I can tell you flat out, I know IBM, I know OnPassive. Where am I going? I'm not buying stock in IBM. I'm in OnPassive. That's just the way it is. So as we look at everything that OnPassive is doing, yeah, everybody is going to come into OnPassive, Comfort. And it's not a matter, do I want to come in? Do I not want to come in? Will it help my business? Well, they have to come in. You know, and again, that brings up another term of OnPassive, digital transformation. If you want to do a digital transformation, if you want to do it right, and if you want to even be able to do it, because it's a really, really hard thing to do. It's hard to do a digital transformation. You come into OnPassive, I don't care if it's personal, I don't care if it's business, I don't care if it's government, you can do that digital transformation and make your digital your digital outline look the way it needs to look. Really. And as we look at OnPassive, and this is for the individuals that maybe you haven't been in OnPassive that long, you're an affiliate right now, or you're looking at OnPassive and you're going, well, should I look at this? Should I come in? And Marty's already told you, come in, take the free ride. You're going to love it. But it's so much more than that. We've been in about 5 years, and we've seen the journey of OnPassive. And as we look at the journey of OnPassive, the complexion has changed over the years. And it had to, because OnPassive went from a very small vision. Now, Mr. Mufaro always had the big vision, but he was going to do it in steps. And his vision just grew over time. And his vision it grew into what he initially wanted, which is OnPassive, what it is today. And as we look at the complexion of OnPassive, yeah, it's changed. It had to. The vocabulary of OnPassive has changed, as you've just listened today, SaaS, SaaS. Who knew what that was 5 minutes ago? Nobody. But the complexion has changed. But when we look at OnPassive, the core has not changed. And this is what's really, really important for those individuals looking at OnPassive. You know, they just came out with an affiliate agreement, and it really is a remarkable document. And everybody that comes into OnPassive, you're going to have to read that document. It is remarkable. Yeah, it puts OnPassive in a light that Mr. Mufar can control everything. We want that. Why? Longevity. We want longevity. We want to be able to have the time to come in and build what we want to build within OnPassive. But when you read that document, it tells you exactly what OnPassive is going to do for you. And that's what we all want to know. And when you start to understand what OnPassive is going to be doing for each and every one of us because of the affiliate agreement that we all sign, all of a sudden things start to become clear and clearer and clearer. And then you ask, okay, well, OnPassive is control all of this. Are they really going to do it? And then you start to learn about Mr. Mufareh. And Mr. Mufareh, and this happened 5 years ago when Marty, Dan, and I talked to Ash early on in our journey with OnPassive. He showed his heart. He showed what he wanted to do. Marty talked about it earlier, taking 97% of the people that fail and bring them in OnPassive and make sure 97% succeed. You win. And then you start to understand this is one of his main motivators. Ash, he knows what's coming. He developed all this. He worked with the tech teams. He worked with the finance. He worked with the marketing side of OnPassive. He knows what's coming. He knows the amount of volume that OnPassive is going to be doing and the dollar amounts that are going to be coming in. He doesn't care, guys. He wants you to be successful. And when you start putting all of this together, everything that Colin said, everything that Marty said, everything that Comfort has shared with us, and you put that in front of Ash Mufareh, you know that as you come into OnPassive, and I can say this, OnPassive will never say this. Well, no, I won't say it. We'll save it for another time. You will be successful. You will be successful. And I'll add more to that maybe later on. But yeah, we're in a unique place right now. OnPassive is doing things that's never been done, and we get to participate in all that. Comfort, go ahead.
Yes, Mike, it's enough. When you say we will be successful, keep the rest for now. We appreciate you so much. Thank you. So, Collins, I just want to give you the last chance now. I'm not asking any questions. So whatever you have in mind now, just deliver it as your closing remark so that we can end the discussion. Collins, you go first, please.
Yeah, so thank you, Comfort. I just want to thank Marty, Mike for being here. It was a really great session. So, SaaS is a big deal. Honestly, SaaS is really big because this is what, the IT world is going direct, because everything now is online and most companies operate as SaaS, and OnPassive is coming as a giant with dozens upon dozens of products, uncountable products, even bigger. It will be the biggest IT technology company in the world, whether you believe it or not. That's the truth. Those who have eyes, they can see it. It's the biggest IT technology company. And when we look at it, we said the world population is 5.7 or 6 billion, people on this planet Earth. I always said OnPassive will control trillions upon trillions of people. Someone said, Collins, are you really serious? I said this before. They said, Collins, you are going crazy. Maybe they need to take you to a psychiatry home to check your brain. I said, no, I'm talking about data. So when you talk about data, it's trillions of data. We're talking about data center. It's SaaS. Data center is SaaS, software as a service. We're talking about not only the humans, your first name, your last name. Every single line is a code and is data. Everything you use is a data. The planet Earth is data. And we're talking about hundreds of trillions of data that can come in. And we're talking about the data center. Marty talked about, computer was massive. Who knows if in 10 years' time we'll hold data center on this terabyte. You put it in your pocket and you hold a data center. Who knows? That's it. We're holding terabyte now in our fingertip, USB, terabyte. About 2 terabyte, 3 terabyte on a USB stick. And who knows if one day you hold data center in your pocket and work with it. And then you're holding the whole universe in your pocket. If you think about it, as Mr. Awara said, it is possible. Human brain has billions of cells in your brain, one brain cells. And imagine if you bring the combination of 1,000 brain cells, that is trillions of terabytes of information put together. What do you think? This is where the brain is. OnPassive is the brain. And we're talking about Mike Ellis talk about innovation lab. Think about what is happening in Hyderabad. We saw all the images coming. T-Hub. That is where the finest brain is. The biggest on this, the biggest innovation lab they're talking on earth now is there with the finest brain. Tap onto that brain. What do you think? I know Red put something, he said where the brain is, OnPassive is there. OnPassive tap to those brains. And what will happen to OnPassive? Think about innovation lab, bringing prototype, building new software technology, because they will never lack, because OnPassive is for longevity. It's not today's. Anybody who is coming to OnPassive because you are thinking about today, then you are in the wrong business. You are thinking about leaving the lasting legacy for generation to come, not only for yourself. Everybody will put their name. Those who come before now, like Marty Digamo read, we are just creating history for those to come. It's not about us. It's about generation to come, where they will look at it and say, our great-great-granddad was there talking about this thing, and people think they are mad. But today, they are reaping the fruit of those who worked before us. So let us come in, let us plug in, let us learn about OnPassive, because it is a good place to be at this present time, because the world is going hard, but OnPassive is making it easy for everyone. So, Comfort, I will thank you.
Thank you, Collins. Over to you, Marty, please.
Well, that was the fastest hour I've ever been in my life. Yeah, I just looked up 56 minutes. Holy cow. No, it's hard to sum it up. I think that's the fun of OnPassive, because as soon as you think you know, it's bigger. Yeah. As soon as you think you know, it's bigger. But I just want people to dare to think about what you have. I mean, wouldn't it have been so cool if you could have went back in time and just rested your arms on Edison's table when he invented the light bulb, or, Ford started that first button where it's coming through the conveyor and building the car in hours instead of months, just to be part of that type of thing. That's what we're in. That's what we're part of. And because Ash had that dream and had that vision, Mike's right. When he did it, he was going to do it in steps. But as he got to the end of the first step, do I dare go? And I believe a bigger force said, it's time, go. And he knew it was going to be rough. He knew it was going to, I don't think he realized how bad it would really be. But the harder it gets with someone like Ash, the harder he drives. And thank God for that. But wrap your head around it. Realize that you, in this company, he's made you a superstar.
Yep.
And there's no limits. And if you're in your mind, you're part of a multi-million-dollar company, that is exactly what you will be. The limitations, really, it's the first time, if you really think about it. The only limitations in this company are what's between your ears. So go for it. Run. And you're not going to outrun OnPassive. It was designed for 100 years from now. It was designed for companies that come in and park and plant their flag. So take advantage of that. Share it with people. Be proud of what we are. It's going to change lives. I heard Ash say this a few years ago. You will look at the world, you won't recognize it. Now, of course, I thought he was crazy. I still do, but in a good way, okay? Nobody else would have done this. And I'm so fortunate to be on this magic carpet ride. And if you can do it and see it, listen, you don't have to be at the top of Mount Everest. You go up a few thousand feet, it's breathtaking view. So at least dare to go up high enough to realize what you really have your hands on. And I hope with SaaS and the way we explained it was enough to let you know, maybe it brought you one step higher up that mountain. But trust me, when you get high enough to where you're explaining to others what you see, you won. And it only gets better and only gets better. And like I said, you plug it in, and when you open the door to your company called OnPassive, it's better than it was yesterday. So, and anybody you invite to it, like a company, you want this for a year? Yeah. You only have to, if you have to sell something, talk people into it, it's probably not good enough. If you get people to come in and they see it, there's no need to talk about it. Just let them go. They're not going anywhere. And that's what I've always said. Don't take my word for it. Come in. You don't like it, leave. but there's nothing better, there's nothing bigger, and there's not a bigger opportunity for any one individual or any company on the planet to jump into this and super rocket their lives, their families, their companies, and anybody that's associated with it. So that's why we're excited about what we're saying, all four of us. And thank you very much, Comfort, for inviting me, and I'm done.
Thank you. Thanks, Marty. Over to you, Mike.
I don't think you expected this, Comfort. Let me just very, very quickly, I'll make it very, very brief. Let me play off of Collins and Marty. When you talk about people coming into OnPassive, and Collins said it earlier, I have people in my organization that you will never know. You will never hear their name. But at the same time, because they're in OnPassive, in 10, 15, 20 years, people are going to be saying, oh, he was your father, she was your mother, you knew them. And in OnPassive, they're totally unknown. OnPassive gives us the ability to leave a legacy to those people that we love, our families. And I'm telling you right now, if you've heard everything that we've shared with you, you can come into OnPassive today, be in at the beginning, and leave that legacy to your family. It's a really, really powerful thing. And I know Mr. Mufara, it was one of his goals. He wanted people to feel special, because you are. And as you come into OnPassive, as you engage, as your business grows, all of a sudden that legacy gets passed on to those individuals that are in your universe, and you become something that no one ever thought you would become. That is OnPassive. That's what OnPassive does. I can tell you 12 years ago, I never thought this was going to happen, ever. And I've lived a really, really good life. I'm pretty content with who I am and what I'm doing, but OnPassive just took it to another level. And it's not because of the income that's going to be coming on. It's because of what we have here. Marty, Collins, Comfort. This is really, really cool stuff. It really is. You need to be part of it. Come on in. Take the free ride. Look at OnPassive. And as Marty says, once you see OnPassive and you get the vision, it's a done deal. Colin or Comfort, back to you. I don't want to give it to Collins because it'd be another half hour. Comfort,
no, let's not. You can go on and on and on, guys, but we need to take a break. And of course, thank you, Marty, Mike, and Collins. Thank you, family, for the great contributions in the house. And we just plead that if you find this really important, we need to share, because people need to know this. This is information for free. People don't give such information for free, but then we have the luxury of having the great minds here doing it for us. And before we wrap up, guys, I'm just reminding us to kindly remember to pray for many of our family members. A few people are going through one thing or the other. Just remember people in prayers. We don't need to know exactly what they're going through. We just need to trust that God is bigger than any situation. Think about Chris Johnson. Think about Robin. Think about Pat Parents. Think about Anita Olson, who comes with us here all the time, and many, many more. Let's just pray and trust God for our family members to heal and heal totally, completely. Thank you, guys, and have a wonderful evening, you all. Bye, guys. Thanks.